Well, the news has been pretty good so far, I think, better than most weeks. We're going into the Waratahs versus the Lions. Does the news stay good?
Unfortunate, and need not. No, that was a Sunday morning game. It was an afternoon game in Australia, and the skills on display were pretty woeful, especially from a Lions point of view. They would have looked back at the South African teams winning the day before and thought, let's do the same. But they went down fairly heavily, 41-13 in the end. They tried their best in the first half, but the second half was just 40 minutes too long for them. They knocked on a lot of balls. They conceded a couple of tries that probably shouldn't have through some really abject or average, if you like, defense. So not a great advert for the poor Lions. As Rob mentioned, they've now sunk to the bottom of the South African Conference, and as we've said a number of times, I expect them to sort of stay there. They're not a great side. They've got very little in terms of depth. They're battered really above the average, if you like, this season. They've still got a game on tour, which I think will be fairly tough against the Force on the way back. They'll have an eye on Ellis Park and all the remaining matches there. So not a great end to the weekend, but we're not going to worry so much about them. We're going to focus on all the good things from Saturday. But yeah, not great from the Lions.
Shame, I'm starting to feel bad for the Lions, Rob. What was your take?
I must say, in the early part of the game, we all sort of got up and made our coffee and sort of feeling optimistic about all of the South African teams suddenly when that game started. And for the first few minutes, I thought that the Lions were really up for it, and they were sort of matching the Waratahs blow for blow, point for point, for the first sort of quarter or so. And even at half time, I think they were still right in the picture. I think it was something like 17-13, if I remember correctly, to the Waratahs. So you still felt that the Lions were in with a crack. Their scrum was again reasonably solid, but as I said before the game, a Waratahs pack doesn't go backwards too willingly, and also has a lot of front foot momentum in sort of driving, mauling play, because they have such big customers in that pack of theirs. So the Lions were eventually worn down, and unfortunately the scoreboard got a little bit ugly towards the end, which kind of tells you that the Lions are in that sort of 1 foot on the plane sort of mode, even though they've got a stopover in Perth still on the way home. And you've got to think that are they capable of sort of helping the other South African teams by doing a favour and stopping the high riding Force? I'm not so sure.